Okay, we'll call the Daea Board to order, February 1, 2024.
John Smoot,
Here?
David Call,
Here.
Sheriff Eggleton, Brett Hodgson,
Here.
Destiny Newcomb, Rob Van Adder. We have quorum.
Okay, having a quorum, is there a motion to accept the minutes of January 4, 24? Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Citizen concerns, we know you're here for Davis Drive, right? So can we just go ahead and jump down to Davis Drive to keep these,
Sure.
not hold these fine people up?
Okay. We received the complaint on this and on August the 14th of 2023, we did an inspection, sent certified letters. The certified letters came back. We resent to different addresses thinking that they would be signed 5 and 9 Davis Drive. They all came back. Finally, we were able to get the property owner by the license plate that was in the van that was parked in the driveway. They signed for the certified letter. The property owner called me. We had a brief conversation regarding the property. They are here to speak on the behalf of this property.
Okay. What do you folks, where do they need to come? Do they,
Come to the microphone over there.
can you come to this microphone, please?
You can, for now, just speak your name, address.
Yeah, it's
Good morning.
morning. Their dad was staying there till he died in 2019, and their grandma gave him the property. So it's in their name now.
The property is in their name?
Yeah, and it's 5 Davis Drive.
5 Davis?
Yeah,
Well, we have 9
We have
days.
9.
yeah, that's their grandma's address is number 9 Davis Drive.
We sent the letters to 5 and 9 Davis Drive, and they both came back.
Yeah, and their aunt keeps getting the mail, and they never see the mail.
Okay, so is the house occupied? Do you live there? Do you
They
always live there?
They was living there off and on and then staying with their grandparents too.
Okay. But do you live there now?
They're not staying there now, not at the moment, no.
Okay, so, what's your plan? What's your plan? Whose plan do we have?
Planning to clean it up and they continue to stay there. And I was planning on cleaning the van up and getting it where I could be able to drive it.
Okay. So where are we in the process?
They were just starting the process because the owners were just notified. And she did explain to me prior to the meeting that she has started the cleanup on the property. She was there yesterday.
Yeah.
And she also stated that she is scheduled for
Gallstone
gallbladder
next
surgery.
Friday with Dr. Ratliff.
So that's going to put her out 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, because they don't have a driver's license, and I got a car, and it needs $800 worth of work on it, and I'm scared I might not have nothing to drive and to get stuff out there with,
Can they start
I guess.
working on the property?
Yeah,
They have 90 days, right? So if you will start, And if they occupy it or on a infrequent basis, can y'all perform manual labor?
Just don't have a vehicle like a truck or something to take off like stuff, to get rid of stuff. Like,
Friends, family?
well, I used to have my brother do stuff, but we quit talking. So I bought a truck off of him and stuff, and now I'm stuck with it and can't drive it because the frame and stuff's messed
Well, you
up.
have 90 days to start addressing this, and, you know, we'll keep tabs and we'll work with you. And
So do we take pictures and bring it here?
yeah, but staff will also come and do the same thing.
Okay.
So the least inconvenience that you can make this whole process, the better off everybody is.
Yeah, I was wanting to get the van
I understand.
fixed.
So you have 3 months. Like I said, you know, we work with people. We're not ready to take your knees out from underneath you.
On the second Wednesday of each month, both landfills agree to their free dump day.
Yeah,
They
but,
take up to 500 pounds, if you can arrange the help around that. Great.
yeah.
What Wednesday? Second Wednesday?
Yeah, I got some stuff I need to take to recycling, like,
Some of those you may be able to reach out to, I know there's a lot of area scrappers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like grind the stuff, take it off for you.
yeah, 'cause I was trying to get money out of it and I didn't feel good, and then some of it started piling up, and before I got to take it in, and the truck messed up.
Does anybody else have anything that you want to discuss with this? Anybody?
So
So the van can stay there, and
You have 90 days.
Yeah,
I don't know what that means for the van, though, because I'm wanting to
It's-
keep it.
It's in the same, I mean, the van is part of, on, the way everything is right now, everything is tied to that property, including the van. Now, there's nothing that says you can't fix that van and do whatever you want with that van, but the property is the thing of question. And so whatever you need to do about that vehicle.
Is the van a problem that it's sitting there?
That's
I
what
mean, is
I,
that,
The sticker's on it's 2019, so it has a not ran since 2019.
that's when their dad died.
so it's that it's unregistered, that's the main issue with the van?
But is there anything wrong with the van?
I forgot what's wrong with it. You have to shift it in third gear, and the battery's dead. I've been trying to charge the battery, and the tire needs aired up.
But nothing major.
No gas.
Okay.
I need to do some, like, fixing holes and stuff on the side part before I get inspections and stuff like that.
So, you know, as long as the vehicle is running, and then, you know, it can stay there as long as it needs to.
Yeah, because their aunt was griping about it being there since their dad died, said, why is the van still there? And I don't see why it couldn't still be there. I never heard of anybody saying anything about the vehicles on the property.
It's just all part of the look, I guess, so to speak. But you have 90 days, and you know, like Judy told you, and we're telling you that we'll work with you, but make some attempts, please.
yeah, we want to see progress. We'll come back out in the next 30 days and take another look, and as long as you're making progress to clean up the property, which was complained upon, as Preston Smoot said, we will work with you.
So what about the trees in front of the garage?
Well, it's overgrown we're focusing on overgrown vegetation, and refuse and debris. There's, as you see, there's a lot of stuff there in the front yard. Get that cleaned
I got
up.
a chainsaw and stuff, but I don't know how to work it right, and wind up cutting a tree or something.
Well, these young fellers can probably help you. I would think, if they're living there, I'm sure they can get out there and get that cleaned up. All right, fellers?
Yeah, just worried about transportation to get it from there to somewhere else. Because I got a car, but
Yeah. Well, get it cleaned up, and as far as transportation is concerned, if you don't have a family member or somebody to help you out with that, surely there's somebody you can reach out to who could come out and help you haul that off.
yeah.
Rob, can somebody come and if they got everything, accumulated and out to the street, can somebody come pick up all that debris and stuff?
Definitely, like anything that's recyclable, I know it's a case of
Yeah,
we're
or-
trying to get the money out of it. But I mean, if you're not able to transport it, within that 90-day window, it might be something worth looking into, is looking at a scrapper to come and grab it and take it off for you.
Yeah.
And that would pay them to take it off. I know it's not money back in your pocket, but, and you all have trash service at the house, I suppose? Normal waste management trash service?
Their grandmother does, yeah.
At the home,
On the other side, yeah.
Oh, at number 5?
Huh?
At number 5?
9 Davis Drive.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is 9 we're looking at right now, right?
No, that's 5 Davis Drive right here.
That's 5?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought that was 9.
No,
because it is a legal requirement that everyone has to have trash service in every home. Or you have to show that you're taking it off to the dump. So if you have trash service, you should be able to get 2 extra pickups a month with your normal trash service. So anything that's garbage in there can be placed with your garbage can. Up to twice a month, just call and let them know.
okay,
Waste management and state waste both do that.
okay.
And that way you can just file a warehouse that wants to go.
Yeah, or try to get my other brother, give him gas money to take the stuff off to the recycling center, or give him half of the money for taking it.
There you go.
Anything like that you can try. But just on the progress of getting all of the, even if you all start sorting it out and things like that, that's progress.
Yeah,
So, and then making it easier so when you are ready to start scrapping things, it's
and get the garage cleaned out and put the van in the garage, so people quit complaining about the van.
Well, hopefully you can get it running. If it's just an issue of
Yeah.
some tires and a battery, that'll be
Yeah, and
easy
then-
to, then you go get it in
And I think
legal
you
and
gotta drive
inspected.
it in 3, I think something might be wrong with something. I can't, I ain't good at working on vehicles, might be the transmission or something slipping.
Well, as, we've said, as long as you're making progress and moving forward, we will most certainly work with you.
Okay, do you have anything else?
I couldn't hear you.
Do you have anything else?
No, just worried and stressed and scared.
Quit stressing about it,
Yeah,
we'll help you out. Okay,
yeah, ever since got the paperwork.
I understand.
If you don't care, stop in the office down here that says Planning Commission over the door and give whomever's at the front desk your name and telephone number, okay? That way we can be in contact. Okay.
That used to be on the house.
shingles, that's,
Shingles.
shingles and things, and they have to be tested for asbestos.
It was on the house. after their dad died, they didn't clean it up. So we just had to take a shovel and put it in the trash bags and take it off.
And that can be something that you can put out with the extra pickup trash.
I don't know if they charge it.
You should have 2 free pickups per month, so as long as you're paying for a monthly service. you can
There's
charge extra.
grandma. Every Wednesday, pick up.
Yeah, she should have a call and just request, just mention that she has an extra one or an extra item, set outside the trash can.
Like that.
Good luck with your surgery. And again, just stop and give him your name and your telephone number. That way we can be in contact. It's the office on the right. It says Planning Commission over the door. Just stop in there and just tell them, hey, Judy said, she needs my contact info. You're welcome.
Thank you all for coming.
Okay, Daea case 2023-08.
Is this the first one?
Yeah, we'll go back to the first
Sorry
subsection.
about that.
Sorry about that, something just got on the floor. This is property located at 3655 Buff Creek, Hurricane. This has been an ongoing case. This went to the commission in December 28th to impose sanctions of $100 a day. We got that order. It was sent to the property owner. I got the green card back, so they were notified of that. But staff went out on January the 24th, did an inspection. It's all cleaned up and cleared. So staff recommends that this case now be dismissed.
Is there a motion to dismiss
I'll
this
make
case?
I'll make a motion to dismiss this case.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any further comments or questions? All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. 2023-20.
This property is located at 173 Thompson Road in Culloden. I have yet to get the property owner notified. That I have checked with voters registration, I've checked with DMV. They don't have a licensed vehicle in any of the counties, surrounding counties. Was able to send a letter to the son, and he lives in Buffalo. So he did contact the office. I spoke to him. He said that he has no contact with his family. He said he's the black sheep of the family. And I asked if his parents were still living, and he said yes. And I asked if he could give me any contact info for them, and I would get the letters to them, and he said no. He said his brother has contact with his parents, and I asked for contact information from the brother, and again, he said no. So I do not know how to get this property owner notified.
Is the tax ticket the same address?
Yes. Yeah, obviously you can tell that there was a burnt structure there, and they just left it. Mr. Smoot, would you all have a fire report that would have some type of contact info on it?
Yes, they may.
I'm not sure when it burnt, but this has been like this, from my understanding, a couple years.
So this is the correct address at 173 Thompson Road?
Yes.
We may have been there. Hurricane definitely was there if it was a fire.
Larry, do you have any suggestions? Commissioner DeWeese has also been involved in this, and I explained all this to him the other day, that I cannot get the property owner notified.
If we could, if Mr. Smoot can locate the property owner from a fire report, we could possibly,
And text them, have Hurricanes chief.
yeah, we could possibly have the sheriff process serve the owner.
You want to table this until we find out more information?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to table until Mr. Smoot can get some more information.
I'll second that.
Is there a, properly moved and seconded, is there any further comments or questions? All in favor signify by
Aye.
Aye.
ayes have it. Next,
And next is Daea case 2023-23. This property is located at 2361 Peach Ridge Road, Hurricane. This is an ongoing case since July. As you can look at the pictures, they have cleaned this property up. They have made significant progress, and they are in contact with me regularly about this property. Staff went out, made an inspection on January the 24th, and again, staff recommends that this be dismissed.
it looks much improved.
It is much improved, appears to be secured. Overgrown vegetation is way better than it was. They've definitely made significant progress.
What's the pleasure?
I'd like to make a motion to dismiss this case.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any further comments or questions? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
2023-24, Circle Drive.
425 Circle Drive, Metro. This case has been going on since the summer. We have zero contact with the property owner. He was incarcerated for a little while. He is now out. The county commission on the 28th, we signed the complaint, the order and the petition to file and accept the complaint. We sent it certified mail to 425 Circle. They did not pick it up. It is now being process served. She was going to try and process serve him today because he is now out of jail.
That's what the health department had to get a process server. But the property already certified.
So really, I don't think there's anything can be done until he is notified that we do have a formal complaint and it is signed by the county commissioners. Correct?
I can't hear a thing.
We can't do anything with this until he is notified that the commissioners
Can we
actually
notify
signed the
him
complaint.
in the prison system or the jail system?
Well, he is out now.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
but we're having him process served.
Oh,
She said she
okay.
was going to try and get him served today, the complaint and the order and the petition. So we can't do anything with this until he is properly notified of the complaint. Okay.
So me and Micah went out, it's been, ago now, right before Christmas. We went out to the property, when I had gotten a couple complaints in a short amount of time, and he had reached out to me as well, and I was like, I know that address. We went out, and there was a significant pile of trash along the road there. The lady who lives behind or past them was the one that called in, and we spoke to someone there, female, and she said that the gentleman wasn't home, but they supposedly had a dumpster coming to get the trash. Micah has gone back out, and the trash situation was taken care of. But Everything else around the property is still,
As is.
yes.
And they just turn around and
They do,
I mean-
yeah, it's an ongoing situation.
Yeah, I've been out there, excuse me, Rob, I've been out there before when there's been many, many big black yard bags full for pickup, and it looks a lot better. But then when I go back, it's kind of back to the way it was.
Yeah, that's what we're finding too, because the ladies call back and they don't sense them too.
And I know this board doesn't handle it, but I have stopped. I verified 3 times that there's still a car sitting in front of this location.
Oh, yes.
So if
So,
there's no utility.
so we can't do anything with this one.
Yeah, I don't think we can.
So I make the motion, we table it until they've
Is
been
there a
properly
second?
notified.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Any further comments or questions? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Ayes have. 2023-26.
This property is located at 279 Rocky Step Road in Winfield. Let's see here. On December the 28th, 2023, the commission signed an order to impose sanctions of $100 a day on this property. I was able to get that filed with the county clerk's office on the 5th, and on January the 8th, the new property owner contacted me and said that he has purchased the property and that he had no idea that the county had imposed sanctions, and that he is diligently working on cleaning up the property. He was in our office on Monday, and he provided a letter stating that if weather permits this weekend, he's going to have a dump truck out there to have this all removed.
So is he paying the sanctions?
No, not yet. That is something we have got to take back to the county commission once we go out and do another inspection to see if it is all cleaned up. We'll take it to the county commission and ask what they would recommend, if they want to drop the sanctions or make the new owner pay for we'll say a month.
Is he operating in the normal time frame that we allow them? Was he
The new property owner, oh, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah,
He's done this with just in a couple weeks.
The new owner wasn't notified that he had sanctions.
No. How he finally got notified is I did send a letter to him, a certified letter, and he called and said, hey, I was unaware of this. He said that the attorney that prepared the deed was the ones that owned the property. And he said, I was never told that there were sanctions. And he went back to that property owner and said, hey, you put me in a bind. You did not tell me that there were sanctions.
So are the sanctions still in place so he's not forgiven anything yet? All right. So do we actually need to do anything with this today?
No, this is just something informative.
Okay. Good deal. 2023-29.
This is 92 Poplar Drive, Scott Depot. We received the original complaint in August. The property owner was legally notified. He has worked on cleaning up the property. As you can tell, you can now even see the house. Prior to this, you could not see the house. The overgrown vegetation was horrible, and all the trash that was piled up. And he even came in our office, spoke with me about this, and said that he is working diligently to get it cleaned up. He thought that it was, they're going to be living there now. It was not occupied prior to. He said, so now it's cleaned up, we're going to be living there, and he asked that this case be dismissed, and I think that our office agrees.
Is there a motion to accommodate that? Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Any further comments or questions? All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We did Davis Drive. On Davis Drive. She's in the normal process though, right?
Normally, I think it's 30, so I think you all should probably
Okay.
make a motion to do the
All right.
90.
Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion to give her, what do we say, 90 additional days?
Yeah.
Is there any further comments or questions? All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. 2023-34.
This is 121 Margaret Drive, Nitro. This property is owned by, I like to consider a repeat offender. This is a company that goes around, buys these properties at the tax sales, and they just basically do nothing with them. I have had trouble in the past getting hold of these property owners. I have now got an email and a phone number, and we are in contact with him. He's sent me a letter asking for 120 days to get this property cleaned up because there's multiple structures on it. And he said he's going to have to put this out for a bid to have contractors come in and do the cleanup.
How long have we been battling
We started this, the complaint came in September, and we sent letters starting in October.
this? And when did he respond?
Let's see here.
We got the, looks like we got the green card in October, right?
Yeah,
So he's already had 90 days?
yeah, October, November, December, yes.
Has any progress been made in 90 days?
No. He did contact me, though, and ask for 120 days to get this cleaned up. He's just, Mr. Johns is who I speak with. He's a property manager for Rodale Properties. But he asked for an additional 120 days.
Have we had any?
From when?
Yeah.
Today?
I would take it, we'll do it from my email that he sent. We could do that if you want, or if you want to make it retroactive, I guess. Can it be made retroactive?
I'm under the impression, well, just, whatever the motion is going to be made to deal with this, but to me, he's had plenty of time.
How many repeats has he had? Has his company had?
This is my fourth one. 2 of them have been completely cleaned up and sold. And we have one more on the agenda that has it, but that's legally, now that's back there. But I haven't been able to get in contact with until now. I finally was able to get a phone number and email, and he would respond to me.
What's the pleasure of the board?
In my opinion,
I mean, 30 days is not really a deal, but just his, but if we weren't able to get in touch with him, I mean, you know.
Well, we-
realize that too.
yeah, we received we received his green card back in October, is that correct?
Yes.
Judy? Okay, so he's been aware of this process since October of
He's
23.
already had 90 days.
Yeah, I mean, frankly, I feel 120 days is excessive that he's asking for, in my opinion, because, you know, this is it's unsecure.
Management company, and it's not like that they don't have the resources available at their disposal right
Yeah, it's unsecure, it's a problem for the community. A lot of folks on that street are very upset about it. It's been like this for some time, they've known about it. Don't mean to be inflexible, but I think 120 days is excessive since he's already known about the complaint since October.
If we give them 120 on this one, they're going to be here again
Mhm.
in the near future.
It's our pleasure.
I mean, quite frankly, I think we need to see,
Do we have to do a motion to deny the 120-day request?
not necessarily
Just,
he's requested it, you can do what you want.
okay.
I mean, this is beginning of February. We just removed a mobile home in Marina Park during cold weather.
I'm doing construction outside every day in cold weather.
Right. I certainly don't see the weather being a deterrent to demolishing these structures.
The next week looks beautiful for construction.
My recommendation is no.
Do you want to give him a time frame?
Well, I mean, the when's is 90 days up?
Well, it's been up.
Yeah, it's
He's
up.
been notified since October.
Then the next thing is to put it to the county commission and sanctions, right? So that's a response.
Okay.
So we would send this to the county commission for sanctions and basically let him know that his 120-day request is
Been denied.
denied.
But there needs to be a motion to send it to the county.
Make a motion to send this case to the county commission for sanctions.
Is there a second? Any further comments or questions? All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Daea case 202336, 530 Cobb Hollow Road. This is the same owner as the previous case we just discussed. This has been going on since October as well. Finally got to speak to Mr. Johns, told him about it, told him that it was complained on and that the complaint said that there were squatters there. He was totally unaware that there were squatters living there. He went back and filed for an eviction to get the squatters removed. Unfortunately, they dismissed it because he did not have a name of the squatter. I was able to find the name of the squatter, and I told him on Tuesday who it was. So he's going to refile to get that squatter out of the property. They have no water, no electric, no sewer. One thing is staff does not feel comfortable. It is not safe for staff to go back and do any more inspections there. So it's up to the board what you all want to do. But the squatter, I think, probably has to go first before he can do any type of cleanup.
How much time do they have on the squatter? Do they have 90 days?
I went in September, the squatters was there.
So, but once the legal proceedings start, do they have 90 days to evict?
I think they still got 30.
30 to
30
evict?
days after, I think you have to give them 30 days notice.
So we at least have to wait 30 days, so we can table this until the February meeting anyway, right? Do we need a motion for that?
Yeah, probably need a motion to table it or something, or review it at a later date.
I'll make a motion to table this and review it at our March meeting.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further comments or questions? I talked to David about this and the safety factor. Yeah, I totally agree with that. You guys don't need to be going back out there.
And I really need to check that single-family septic system, because I have a complaint on that. So the weeds were extremely high, and the squatter didn't, which I did not know was a squatter, did not grant me permission to walk the property.
Yeah, I don't know that I would
No water to
get,
do with eye test either, so.
I don't know that I would get back there.
Destiny, honestly, it's dangerous. You don't.
I mean, let the 30 days expire and see, where we are. Okay, so all in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Daea case 202339, this is 206 Poplar Fork Drive or 735 Scott Depot Road. We received the complaint in November. Mr. Smil contacted me, and he stays in contact with us. He is an elderly man. This property was passed down to him. He is unable to clean it up. Basically, he doesn't have a vehicle, no transportation to haul it off. I've been in contact with Rob, with the Solid Waste Authority, to see if we can get some assistance for this property. Rob and I had a brief conversation this morning about this. He was able to get an estimate to have the property cleaned up. He asked if the property owner could help financially, and I know he can't, but I will go back to the property owner and ask if he can help in any way financially.
That property, we made a water rescue at that property. That property has been flooded. And I don't know if it would be appropriate to fall into the theme of flooding. We made a water rescue there.
There's probably no insurance on it, to be honest, since it's vacant, nobody's living there. Yeah,
No, it doesn't.
so,
Someone had a trailer in the back.
That is an additional building.
no, nobody,
Oh,
that's the front. Yeah, it's missing a roof, yeah.
That mobile home sits on the border of Scott Depot Road, and that's a kind of a semicircular driveway in front of it.
Yep.
When it comes to, I got the bid, I got 2 bids back, for the, taking it back down to sea. The cost was great cost, but, my board's fear is the liability issue. If we are the ones to demolish the property, what can be held back to us?
Larry, do you have any comments about his question about if the solid waste gets in it?
If the solid waste authority, if we were to assist this gentleman in the deconstruction of that property, and taking it back to sea, would there be any legal repercussions possible for the solid waste authority on that side? This property owner would come back and say anything on our board.
Getting to some release.
Okay. That's all we would essentially need.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not sure what you're talking about, but you're willing to go in there and clean this property up for me?
If we were to do it, I know the one question I got from my board was is there any legal repercussions that the owner could have with us? It would just be a matter of us getting a waiver signed from it, correct?
I mean, I think that would take care of it.
Okay.
I mean, if he's agreeing that the property needs to be clean, you're willing to do it for him, if he, and hopefully he can give some financial backing to you, but regardless of that, I mean, I think if you're getting some waiver or a release, releasing all claims of liability, I think you're fine.
Do you have the solid waste have a schedule of cost for this kind of service?
I mean, not in general. I always, I have a handful of contractors that I call out to, and they go out to the property and give me a bid. And it's all pre-abatement, of course, and all my bids include testing. And the abatement, of course, if this scenario, if we would go into it and my board would be willing to do the demolition, if abatement would come about, we would probably end up having to step out because there's no way that we can take that steep of a financial increase.
Is asbestos the only abatement that you test for?
And, 'cause, I mean, I can do full demolition, getting this site back to C to $6,500, which isn't bad at all. But it's we need to, I guess the board is wanting a little bit of,
Do you want 100% of the money that you put in, or you just want services?
well, I mean,
I'm just curious.
I'm willing to pay for it all, essentially. It's just a simple fact of, the board was wanting someone else to assist as well, or at least see that others are interested, and not just us pouring over, money for it.
Can the county commission do that? Assist with that?
Potentially.
And even, I mean, that's like I said, even if it's just a partial, cost assistance on it, or however that works. I know the board, my board is scared of, not scared, but, worrisome of getting into,
Exposure.
if we do it for one, then we're gonna have a list of people calling to, hey, do it for me too, and we're not in a position to do that. If we can get the Daea board grant through the state for next year, that would be a good option to be able to use some of that money for dilapidated housing and things like that. We didn't qualify for it, unfortunately, in the office this year. So they put it all off to commissions, and we just have it this year. So,
When's the application period?
the current application period ended, the last one ended, I believe it was in December. There'll be another one coming around here soon, I'm sure. They also try to start
Is it just once a year, or is it?
It is once a year. We used to write, the Solid Waste Authority used to write the grants and manage all the dilapidated tear downs and things like that. And with the latest package of money from the governor, he chose to only allot it for municipalities and commissions. So now it's which we can't write it, but we can help with all the footwork side of it and things like that. So that's the biggest change up, I guess, this year.
Is there anything that your office needs to do to get involved?
Well, this is similar to the situation we had in Marina Park recently, where we got a bid from a contractor who could do the abatement, and luckily we didn't have asbestos. So the demolition and reclamation of the lot was was less than $5,000. So the commission was good with proceeding with that. That was very successful.
So what action do we need to take on this?
I think the thing with Marina Park, I think the difference there was it was a community thing as opposed to an individual. In the past, on some occasions, when the county commissions kicked in money for a project, they generally put a lien against the property for whatever expenditures, because it's public funds that are being used, especially if it's for one individual. And again, you're getting into the issue of you're opening the floodgates potentially for everybody out there, wanting the county commission to clean up their property.
That's why I was curious about the pricing, because if the solid waste, as an example, if that's $6,500 to get it back to normal condition, were they expecting to be reimbursed $6,500, or were they expecting to be reimbursed a portion just for the opportunity?
We weren't necessarily being expecting a reimbursement for anything. It was just trying to, instead of us pocket the whole expense, trying to get some help from other sources within the county, and also to avoid from, like he had said, we do it for one, we gotta do it for all scenarios, because we're publicly funded as well through grants and tipping fees.
So then how do we prevent all of that from happening and still give assistance where we can give assistance? I'm trying to get to.
Just probably have to get, if it's for the county commission, just somebody have to get on the agenda, make a proposal to them and see what their pleasure may be.
So then do we need a motion for that today? To get this off our
You
docket?
could, yeah.
Is there a motion to do that?
Okay, wait a minute, I have a question. Do we have to do a formal complaint and an order and all of that before we take it to them to see if they can help fund it?
Probably would be best.
Okay, because we have not done that yet.
Okay, so then we have to do that before we can do anything else.
Okay, so I guess the motion would be just to
Motion needs to be, yeah.
forward it to county commission.
Is there a motion to begin the process on 735 Scott Depot?
Make a motion.
Okay. Second? Any further comments or questions? All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Daea case 2023-41, 558 Sunnybrook Drive in Hurricane. We received this complaint December the 4th. We sent out a certified letter. It was returned. The certified letter did not show any attempts, though, for it to be served on the property owner, so I resent another certified letter, and actually the property owner was certified. We got it on the 16th. Staff went out on January the 24th, did an inspection, and as the pictures show, the property owner has made some progress in cleaning up the property. David was the one that went out and said that he was actually working when he was there. You can see that there's a trailer that he has loaded up with some of the debris, and I believe Mr. Cummings is here to speak.
Yeah, I
Yes,
was
sir.
needing a little bit more time with the weather and everything, and then I was sick for a little while. I was just asking for a little bit more time.
Okay. Do we need a formal motion for that? Because we're in the 90 days, right?
Well, he has 30.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Is there a motion to extend his timeline?
I'll make that.
Is there a second?
You're extending it to 90 days?
Still another 60? Is that what we're saying?
Whatever you guys think.
How much time do you feel you need?
That's what I was getting ready to
An
ask.
additional 60 would be fine for a total of 90.
Good.
So that would put the date to whatever.
April 1, somewhere in that
Yeah,
area.
yeah, that should be plenty.
I make a motion, we extend it another 60 days. Just time to,
Okay, we had a motion on the floor. Listen, you just want to amend your motion?
Make a motion to provide another 60 days to clean up the property.
And that's been properly moved. Do we have to do anything? All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
The 14th is free dump day, by the way. So 500 pounds.
Now, is that waste or?
That's both.
Okay.
So you can do 500 one, 500 the other.
Right.
So, yeah.
When is it?
The 14th, is the second Wednesday of each month.
I do have a question now. Like, I've got brick and blocks stacked there. In some of the pictures, you can't really tell it because it's kind of camouflage. Is that considered, I gotta get it all out too?
What kind of block?
It's just brick and block. Just, you know.
Just regular center block and brick.
Right. I mean, there's a stack of at least 400 on that one skid laying over
Where's the skid?
there. I don't know if you can.
Is it in front of the garage?
No, it's over beside of the silver hut by the pickup bed.
No, I don't have that.
It's under that black tarp.
You all just have the newer pictures. I can get you the older
Yeah.
pictures.
I was gonna say, I got those.
Yeah, when I was there the other day, looks like you had a big trailer that was parallel with that.
But right here, this is brick. And then there's also.
Is it on the street side?
No, it's on, outside.
the neatly stacked
Yeah.
pile of brick, is at every property that I go.
Yeah, I mean,
Jude, do you have the, a copy of the complaint? Did the complaint say anything about that?
I'll read the whole complaint. It says, homeless man living in one of the two dilapidated, non-running vehicles in the front yard, various industrial parts to different items, Walmart air conditioning parts, metal, broken fans, broken car parts, multiple trash cans. Side yard has two structures that have started being built, not completed. Car parts, broken metal in various parts of the yard. One structure that is not completed is being used to put lumber on. There's an old well hole that has been covered, chemical cans, junk tools, wood with nails on the ground, a fire pit that is being used to burn things other than wood. The fire department was called due to the smoke it produced, that is with most of the neighborhood being older or having various young children as a safety hazard. The fires are set and left unattended at night, wood pallets left in places, change, tires, tarps, broken equipment, wheelbarrows, lawnmowers, various broken kid toys, broken metal, chains, various yard equipment, pallets, 3 cans in the front yard that bent over. Please address this as soon as possible. It causes animals, snakes, and a place to live. Now, he has a cat that runs the neighbor, needs animal control.
So, I mean, unless the board disagrees, I would think, refuse and debris, that photo you showed, neatly stacked brick and block. I mean, are you using that
Yeah,
for
yeah.
renovation or
Yeah.
construction there at the property? Yeah. I wouldn't consider that to be, debris, John.
I wouldn't think so. I'd think we'd have to see what it looked like at the time we went to a dismissal or something.
Good point, good point.
I mean,
Yeah,
to say today that this is or isn't an issue,
right.
but it doesn't sound like it would be, to me at least.
Well, that was to say, I wasn't sure who was playing about what, and this place that, we have a lot of brick blocks out there, so, working on one structure too, trying to get it completed and such, and it's, just want to make sure you're trying to stay alive.
We appreciate you coming out.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
If you have any tires off the rim this Saturday, here's Ames Produce.
Is that where it's at
Yeah,
this Saturday?
tire collection.
Saturday,
9 to 1.
cash.
Yeah, we switched down, here, we've done 9 to 1 on Saturdays. So,
Yeah, I
First
wasn't
Saturday.
sure because I was helping, Greg Courtwright on property and we did something.
Yeah.
Over there, so I just didn't take the last round, so I gotta take some this Saturday too. All right, anything else you need from me?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Mr. Cummings, if you don't care, will you stop down at my office where it says Planning Commission over the door and leave your contact name and number with who's over at the front desk? Okay. Thank you.
Any more new business? Stafford?
David has his staff
Yeah,
report.
I'm sorry, did we have a motion to extend that until April? We did?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, on the staff report section here, as I've done in the last few meetings, I just want to read a brief statement regarding the comprehensive plan update for 2024 that our office is working on. The Office of Planning and Infrastructure is in the process of updating the Putnam County Comprehensive Plan document for the year of 2024 and beyond. West Virginia Code dictates that the plan be updated every 10 years. The comprehensive plan document was last updated in 2014. The comprehensive plan document presents a narrative of the current conditions of Putnam County. This narrative showcases both the areas in which Putnam County has excelled and issues that could be improved upon. The plan provides guidance for decision-making by highlighting community goals. Each section offers actions for achieving the community vision, the vision being continuing the vision of improving the quality of life to make Putnam County a better place to live, work, and play. To update the plan for 2024 and beyond, our office is soliciting comments from residents of the county. The following are topics of inquiry relative to the public's level of satisfaction. Number 1 is growth the county has experienced in the past 10 years. 2, the county's transportation infrastructure, such as roads, bridges, public transit, et cetera. Number 3, the county's utility infrastructure, water, sewer, internet, gas. Number 4, the quality of life in the county. 5 is the county's public safety services, such as the Sheriff's Department, EMS, and fire. And finally, the economic development the county has experienced in the past 10 years. We're using Putnam County's new website, and more specifically, this office's individual page, to obtain opinions and priorities from the residency via a user-friendly public input questionnaire. The questionnaire can be accessed via a link on the county's new website, which allows the user to answer the questions posed above in a ranking system, with 1 being very dissatisfied and 5 being very satisfied. There's also a comments section that accompanies each question so the participant can expand upon their rankings with specific statements. The Office of Planning and Infrastructure encourages each resident of Putnam County to make their voices heard by visiting www.putnamcountywv.gov. From the county's landing page, you can access this office's specific page where the public input questionnaire can be quickly and easily completed. Your rankings and specific comments will be tabulated relative to each question and forwarded to our office for review. Our goal is to update the county's comprehensive plan for 2024 and beyond with emphasis on the citizenry's opinions and priorities. Thank you very much.
When do we have to have that in?
We'd like to have all the survey input by middle of February, second week of February, and that will give us time to tabulate everything, get the opinions formulated, get the document updated, and get it before the Planning Commission in a timely manner so we can then hopefully get that approved by the Planning Commission and then forward that on to the County Commission for approval. And we want to have the document approved by the commissioners in May. So thank you for letting me read that statement.
Any further business? Hearing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
I will make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
We're out.